Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be narcissistic relationship, a house of cards. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'm going to jump right into it. First of all, what is a house of cards? A house of cards is, it's an expression which means if you have a deck of cards, of playing cards, you used to, and you still can, build a house out of the cards. But what the house is made out of is not stable. It has no foundation. It's just literally paper. And if you touch any of the cards when you build the house with the deck of cards, you can knock the whole thing over with just like going like that. That is a narcissistic relationship in a nutshell. It is nothing more than a Ponzi scheme. It's nothing more than a way for the narcissist to manipulate and extract resources from you. That is what a narcissistic relationship is. Now, the narcissistic relationship, a house of cards, what this is in the beginning, keep in mind when you meet the narcissist, you are believing that they are an authentic individual, that they are genuine, and that they have your best interest at heart, none of which are true. The narcissist is simply looking for an opportunity at any stage of life. You could be in your teens, 20s, 30s, all the way up, as old as you want to get. And the narcissist will continue to look for opportunities in unsuspecting people that don't have the awareness and the education on narcissism. Now, each and every relationship is built on a house of cards with a narcissist, because if you really dig into this, and guys, please drop comments below if this resonates with you. When you are in a narcissistic relationship, or maybe you're in one right now, what do you find yourself doing? That's right, you find yourself giving, working later hours, working on weekends, contributing financially, contributing your time, your money, your energy, your love, doing everything you possibly can to maintain this one-sided relationship with the narcissist in any capacity. Like I mentioned, it can be a neighbor, business associate, it can be a friend, it can be a lover, whomever. But what you find is after the euphoric stage and or love bomb, like after the excitement of the relationship, the newness of it has worn off, you will find that what you're doing is giving more and more and more, and you're entering, or you have entered the fog, and your head is spinning more and more and more. You're losing more of your identity. You're losing your self-confidence, your self-worth. You're losing so many of your resources. And what is happening? The narcissist is literally stealing your energy. They are stealing your time, money, all of your resources right in front of you. The thing is, you don't know that that's what they're doing, because most likely you were and or are a people pleaser, a yes person, and you have no boundaries or little boundaries. And I understand. The point is, the relationship, if you really dig into it, all narcissistic relationships are one-sided. They all benefit the narcissist. They don't benefit anybody else. And they are all similar to a Ponzi scheme and or house of cards. They collapse the minute you throw a boundary up. They collapse the minute you wake up. They collapse the minute you say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing what I think is correct. Because keep in mind, again, the narcissist, they want you not believing in yourself. They want you relying on them. They want you attached to them. They want you doing things for them. The narcissist is nothing other than a coward and a bully. And what they do is take advantage of unsuspecting individuals in any capacity, in any walk of life, and they bully their way through them. That's exactly what they do. Keep in mind, the narcissist wears a mask, and they manipulate people. And that mask gets quite cumbersome when you have to wear it for multiple people each and every day, meaning the narcissist is one person to you. They're somebody completely different to the other source of supply, and someone completely different to the other source. The narcissist is on a constant quest for the perfect individual, of which, let's be real, there is no such thing as a perfect individual on this planet. We're all human. But the narcissist doesn't see it that way. They see individuals or people as opportunities, and they're looking for that one perfect person that can offer them everything, every resource possible. And guess what? At times they do find not a perfect person, because there's no such thing, but they find a person with many resources, many, like an awful lot of resources. But guess what? That's right, it's still not good enough. You see, the narcissist will never have their thirst quenched. It's not going to happen. They always believe that on the horizon there's something better for them, which is exactly why they blow up families, relationships, marriages, friendships, business associations, and anything else they can. Why they do that is because, number one, they get supply from it, because they control the narrative and control the individuals. Number two, because they can. And number three, because flat out they don't care. They don't believe anything is wrong with their with their reactions, the way they look at the world, the way they behave is the best way to say it. So going back, the narcissistic relationship, it is a house of cards. And if you are in one or have exited one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All it took for that house of cards to implode was for you to put a boundary up, for you to say the magic word no, for you to call them out on something, maybe their poor behavior, and for you to actually stand up for yourself. Now, this may have taken a week, a month, a decade, multiple decades, but eventually, I'm certain that you put a boundary in place, or you're thinking of doing so. And it's at this point, most times, if you were not already discarded, or if you didn't already exit the relationship on your own accord, that's when the relationship is about to implode. That's when the house of cards is going to be blown over with just a flicker of a finger or a couple words. It is exactly what happens. Now, if you have a stable, I'm switching gears, if you have a stable or a healthy relationship, which is not built on a house of cards, then that means most likely you have put a solid foundation into the relationship, which means there's trust, there's accountability, there is admiration, there's loyalty, there's a friendship there. There are so many things that are mutual, that are reciprocal, that benefit you and the other person, just like that. It goes back and forth. It's like a tennis match. It's like ebb and flow. You trust that this person is going to be there for you, and you're there for them. And yeah, of course, along the way, maybe you make some mistakes, maybe that person does, but you patch it up, you move forward, and you get stronger. You become galvanized. That's a healthy relationship, and that's a good relationship, one that's built on trust and accountability, and actually being able to say the magic words, I was wrong, I apologize, sorry, I'm going to learn from that, I don't want to do that again, things like that. Basically recognizing when you hurt someone or you've made a mistake. So that's a good, solid foundation to a relationship. Keep in mind, going back to the narcissistic relationship, there was none of that. It was always why you were wrong, why you did not live up to expectations, why other people thought that you were so bad, while you were triangulated, while you were gaslit, while you were stonewalled, while you were invalidated. Of course, along the way, while you were receiving breadcrumbs, that tiny little breadcrumb to keep you along for another month or so, until the narcissist abused you again. Wash, rinse, repeat. It's exactly what a narcissistic relationship is. And again, all it's waiting for is just one little gust of wind or one word, and the whole thing will come down. It will. That's exactly how these things are. Again, I mentioned Ponzi scheme a few times on this channel, on this video. It's the same thing. Ponzi scheme is just something that eventually it's going to fall apart because it's built on nothing. There's no foundation to it. It's very similar to a house of cards. And both of these are not good things if you're a part of either of them. What these things are things that are not looked at in a good light, but more importantly, you are taking advantage of people. It's exactly what it is. And when you take advantage of people, the definition of a narcissist is a person that takes advantage of people. That's exactly what it is, what they are. So what I'm mentioning again is if you're in a stable, healthy relationship, you don't take advantage of people. Why would you? It wouldn't cross your mind. There's no goodness in stepping on other people, jumping from person to person or relationship to relationship to improve yourself. Why would you do that? Exactly, you wouldn't. But guess what? A narcissist would, and a narcissist does, and a narcissist is doing that right now. Because they're shallow, they're hollow. There's no substance to them. What they do is they just literally regurgitate words from other people. There's no originality. They are quite boring individuals is exactly what they are. I will also mention to you that any house of cards in any relationship, it's not good. Anytime you hear the term house of cards, it's not good. It means there is a foreboding implosion about to happen. There's an ominous sense in the air. There is a recognition that something is about to crash, and there's a massive understanding that something is about to fall apart. Those are just 4 examples of a narcissistic relationship, which is a house of cards. It will implode, just a matter of time. And yeah, you may say, okay, well, what about this, Andrew? I know people that have been in narcissistic relationships that have been together for 20, 30, 40 years. I agree. That is exactly correct. It doesn't mean, however, that relationship has not already imploded on the interior, maybe just the exterior. You don't see it that way. Keep in mind, with the narcissist or in a narcissistic relationship, the narcissist is 2 different people, one person out in the general public and a different person behind closed doors, which is where most of the manipulation and destruction and abuse takes place. It's exactly how it is. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Having said that, eventually, everybody that's in a toxic narcissistic relationship, they hit the threshold, they hit the breaking point, where they just can't take it any longer. Maybe they succumb to the bully, the coward, the narcissist, and they just take the beating every single day, and they stay in the relationship because they've been beaten down so much that they completely lost their sense of strength or will or identity. Maybe the other thing is they just say, you know what, it's easier to stay in this relationship rather than me start brand new. I understand both. There are many reasons why people stay in relationships. I'm not going to question any of that. I get it. I understand. What I'm mentioning, if you are aware that you are in a toxic narcissistic relationship, it's just a matter of time before it implodes, and it will, because all narcissistic relationships have an expiration date, each and every one of them. And yours, if you're in one, it's a house of cards, I can promise you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this channel watching the video. And again, thank you very much for being here. The other thing I'll say before I close the video out is if you were in a relationship and you know what I'm talking about, drop comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys say and share stories, comments, and information and wisdom. Point being, before I close the video, is when you are sensing that something's wrong in any relationship in any capacity, once you have the education on narcissism and the narcissistic abusive cycle, you owe it to yourself to maintain, grow, adhere, and build your boundaries. Trust your instincts, follow your intuition, and pay attention to red flags. That's what I can tell you for this video. So guys, I hope you liked the video. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that all narcissistic relationships, A, have an expiration date, and B, they are all built on a house of cards. It's just waiting for a boundary to be thrown up, or someone to say the magic word no, or someone to call out the narcissist. It's exactly how it works. So guys, that's it. No matter where you are on the planet, I love you. God bless you. You are not alone. Continue to move forward. Continue to make progress. Continue to be the best version of yourself possible. We'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good night.